Okay. Oh boy. Hi everyone. I'm gonna BRB, no worries. Oh my god. Lol, I just read the live notif. My cadaver! That was the bit. I couldn't find my my earbuds, so I just spent like 30 minutes trying to hunt them down. Cause normally they're in my purse, but they weren't. And I don't know where they went. Hi Cat, hi Daga, hello. Love that green, yeah. So this is the green that we're working with. But yeah, I could not find my my headphones at all, so I had to spend like extra time trying to hunt them down, and I did find them, thankfully. I did find them, but it took me a little bit of extra time, so I didn't have time to think of a go live notification bit. So the bit was just that I'll keep typing until I run out of characters. Oh my god, 1 year, let's go! Oh my god! Yay! Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Kat. You guys are so awesome. Also, again, let me know if the music is too loud relative to my voice and like what's happening here. I didn't change it from last time, but yeah, I don't know. Things change, so if it looks different, then let me know. Hi, KG, welcome in. Sounds good to me. Okay, perfect. Wait, Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, but yeah. Hi Cat, hi Cat and Taka. Happy birthday, yeah! Aww. Welcome in Hero too, yay! Oh. How was your guys' Monday? Mine's just pretty okay. Didn't do too much today, but it was like a weirdly like slow busy day, if that makes sense, where like stuff was happening but it was like really not time sensitive. It was just like, okay, we should do this, or I need to take care of that, and you know, just kind of like, all right, we'll do it as we do it. Oh boy, yeah, I also had one of those days. Yeah, see, like today was one of like those perfect. Oh my god, thank you Ty for the sub. Oh my gosh, 14 months. Crazy. Slow busy is a good way to put it, yeah. Thank you so much, Ty, I appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, like, it was like, yeah, just that not, like, it was that kind of busy where it was just like not on fire busy, just like stuff needed to get done, so it was nice. Made the day go by quick, but it also wasn't super stressful, so it was nice. It was just a total nothing day outside of eating, and I'm sure trying to rest. Oh my... Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, congratulations to Hero for graduating. Oh my god, that's such a huge accomplishment. Let's go! But, yeah, after that whole ordeal, you definitely deserve the rest. Glad your day was not stressful, Rachel. Oh, thank you, Ty. My Monday was kind of productive. Stressed myself out a bit, but got it over with. Yeah! You did the hard part up front, Alex, so good job. Good job on getting that done. Congrats, here. Oh, thank you guys for congratulating him. Oh my god. Words are hard. Yeah. So, yeah. Today, we're hopefully going to finish up our journal holster for my journal here. I think that, so there's a couple of things that I think we need to do first off. So when we left off last time, I discovered that the strap that I had cut for the bottom fold was actually going to be too short. So when we actually have the journal in situ here, and then we have like our, you know, our little fold over here, right? I had this strap underneath that was meant to wrap around and hold this flap in place, essentially. Honestly, it's more of a visual thing than anything else, but we actually don't actually have that, or we don't actually have that much play in the strap to actually go around the belt tying here. So what we're gonna have to do is address that. And rather than cut a newer strap that's longer, what we're gonna do, I think, is we're gonna cut a strap similar to the way I did this top one. This top one is just meant as a retainer so that the book can't wiggle out. So we're going to do something similar to that, where we actually will cut this in half, basically sew it into the back, and that way it just has enough space there, because we cut out that entire like middle portion, so we get all of that real estate back. So yeah. Oh my god, you guys are going so... Oh my god. Hold on, let me catch up with chat. Thank you guys for congratulating Hero. Also, everything in the area is kind of at a standstill. There was a huge fire in the valley, so everything is crazy smoky. Oh my god! I looked at the sun and it looked like an apocalypse. Oh my god, Hero. The world couldn't take another king just graduating and like that. They had to start the apocalypse because it was too much power. But I hope you guys are staying safe. Hopefully everything is okay. Take care. Yeah. Oh my god, I hope everything is okay. Don't breathe in too much smoke. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Now I got a cool piece of paper calling me smart. Yeah. And get to return my spare robes. Aww. God was writing too much fire, BL. Oh my god, you're so right, Alex. You're so right. Hi, Cat Faunus. Welcome in. How are you? I was half expecting a smoky comment. Oh my gosh. But for real, hope you're okay. Aww. Thank you guys for watching out for Hero. Well, now that you mentioned Smoker, also thank you again, I'm safe because it's been put out, but you think, sorry, oh my god, reading is so hard. Also thank you again, I'm safe. It's been put out, I think, but you can see the difference in the air quality. Oh shucks. Oh my god, I have failed our man, Smoker, just letting you know he's there. Oh my god. Really hope you have an air purifier cranked on high. Yeah. Reading is hard. Oh, thank you guys for understanding it. It is so hard. But yeah, so that is one thing we're gonna do, is that we're gonna recut this strap in half here, so that way we have an extra leeway for this to actually buckle in, for this to actually be able to buckle in. The other thing that we have to do is we have to create these, which are going to be essentially the snaps that hold in the strap to our belt. So the way that these will generally work is that they'll have like a button snap similar to this, where they'll fold over and snap in place like that. So we make a little loop with the belt being like essentially like this, and so we'll have two of them for the top of the piece right here, so it'll just be hanging from a belt loop. But in addition to that, we also have to attach it to the anchors down here, and so a lot of times what you can do with this is that you can actually just use a square ring if you need to like attach to pieces of leather like that. Origami and functional belt, yeah, exactly. For instance, just to get an example here for demonstration, we can get something like this. This is just a, you know, it's just a metal square, right? But the idea with this could be like, you can have two pieces of leather, one that loops through like that, you know, would hook onto some piece down here, right, on this side, and then you can loop another piece through here like that. So then you get like this, you know, basically you would have like the belt loop anchor on this side, and then this would be like anchored to the piece here. So it would look kind of like that. The reason why I generally do not do that is because a lot of my design philosophy is that I like it to be fairly functional, in the sense that I want to be able to use it no matter what the situation is. So if we did that, what would happen is that the belt loops would actually be a static part of this construction, meaning that it would only ever be able to hang off of a belt or something similar. But what I want to do is actually want, the reason why I use this specifically, or something like this specifically, is because I want to be able to put hooks on it. So these are just like, you know, standard like clip hooks, right? So, you know, these would just hook in and then hang off like that. So essentially our belt loop would hang like this and would like fold over, and we could snap it in and hang it off of belt. Or I have this, which is like an actual shoulder strap that I have lying around specifically for these kinds of things, just to be able to test it out. So theoretically, we could actually carry it like a shoulder strap bag. Eye candy and functional belts? Yeah. Except the eye candy is ratio. Oh, I don't know about that one, but thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Thank goodness for demonstration. A lot of us are visual learners. Oh my gosh, yes. Visual learners all around. But essentially, yeah, so we could have it like this, where it hangs off of a belt strap or a shoulder strap, something like that, right? And then you can just hang it around like that, you know? So you'll see in a lot of my and in a lot of my projects and a lot of my constructions, it's very rare that I actually use something static, like a D-ring to connect two straps like that. Again, mostly because it's just difficult for me to use it in a different way if I feel like if I feel like I want to. So yeah, that's the second thing that we need to do today. And then the last thing that we need to do today is, actually, the third thing that we need to do today is that once we get everything like kind of more or less in place, measured out, and you know, like cut, I need to add the other side of this snap, because if you guys remember, this, you know, like loops around, right? And then it snaps in place like that, right? So we need to put the snap here on this part here. But this is fairly thick leather. I think this is like 5-ounce leather, I want to say. I can't remember if this is 4 or 5 ounces. It's been a while since I've I bought this hide, so. Oh, this is actually 6-ounce. So this is 6-ounce leather. This main body, which is fairly thick. So what we're gonna do as well is we're gonna measure out the journal, and we're gonna actually cut some V-grooves into this to make the folding a little bit nicer, because what happens right now, if you notice, is that when it folds over, it has this kind of like curve, right? It has this kind of like curved loop here, which I don't really want. I want it to have more of an angled, you know, I want it to kind of mirror the profile of the book here. So we're gonna cut a groove in here basically to thin out the leather so that I can fold in, essentially, like, you know, like that. So why don't we do that first? So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna align it here. And then we're just gonna see about where it lands, and then we're just gonna mark a rough line for where we want the groove to sit. A thick hide, yeah! It's a pretty thick hide, not gonna lie. So we're just gonna go a little bit lower than the piece itself. And I'll be honest, we're just eyeballing this more than anything else. I'm not like taking any specific measurements. This is entirely by feel, although I will measure just to see how far where I'm at. Okay. And then after that one, I do want to mark it up here. So we'll cut that V groove out, and then we'll fold it up, and then we'll do the markings for the second fold. We like our hives like we like our fictional characters. Oh my god. Nope. I'm not gonna say that. Nope. But, so actually, a fun thing is that, so, I'm talking about a V groove. Essentially what that is that, again, we are going to cut essentially like, a groove like this into the leather. And so we're just carving out like a little valley along this line here. And I've been using a really like cheap V-groover tool, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to see what the head looks like here. But you can see that it's like kind of curved there, right? You can see that it has like that kind of U shape there. I don't know if you can. Yep. I think that's the best we're gonna do. Anyway, it's got that kind of like U shape there, right? This is like a super cheap V-groover tool. I've had it forever, and it's okay. I sharpened it a couple times though, and I don't know. I wanted an upgrade. So actually last year, before I broke my desk down, I actually bought a much nicer V-groover. So this is going to be the first time I actually get to use it for a project. Whoa, ours would be plush? Oh my gosh. For next KCON, when you would cosplay a Wild West wizard and quick draw your tome from the holster, that'd be kind of cool. Honestly though, like a sage with the holster, and since you mentioned it, would be kind of neat. But yeah, so I got this nice walnut handled V-groover here. So this one is actually I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it here, but this one is actually a lot thinner relative to the one that I had before. Is it gonna focus on this? I don't know. Anyway, Rachel, I started Witch Hat Atelier, and I think your skills would complement such cosplays. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Witch Hat Atelier, if you guys have not watched it yet, I've been watching it. Witch Hat Atelier, 11 out of 10. It is so good. It is such a good series. I'm anime only here for this one, but I know there's a lot of hype and build up for it, so I knew it was something that I wanted to watch this season. It is incredible. Animation is so good. The characters are excellent so far. It's just, it's so good. And the aesthetic design, like Alex is alluding to, is right up my alley. It is so nice, and I love like the world building that they have with it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Alex. I just started the first episode. My mom walked away for a bit, and I told her Coco was kind of dumb, but I mean I love it. Yeah, she is very dumb cute coded. So all we're gonna do here is Just gonna line up my tool with the line that we're making here. And this is one of those things where it doesn't necessarily have to be exact. But you know, we'll do our best. And then all we're gonna do is keep a consistent angle across the piece. Yep. And then we're just gonna cut our groove out. And so now, when we fold it up, it'll hold an angle much better. So we're looking at something like that instead. I'll put it on the watch list. Yeah! I knew Rachel watched it. It's so fire. Yes, yes, it is so good. So normally with like a fold that you want to stay, you'll do a wet mold. Basically, you can wet the leather, and then as it dries, it'll actually dry and keep that keep its shape, which is actually a really cool property of leather. But here we're just gonna do the fold, and then we'll just let it go. Because we're gonna have like that extra piece that'll retain the book in place, right? So I think we'll be okay to just let it be. So now you can see, even just that, we've already got more of that, you know, that angle down here of rather than like a big U. So next thing is we're just gonna mark about where the book comes up. And so we can mark our second line, and then we can do our second groove. And again, we're not really necessarily measuring anything other than using the actual book as a point of reference. Oh boy, there we go. But yeah, I hope you guys' night's going well. If I again, if I just lock in and don't look at chat, I'm so sorry. You know when you get into like that flow state of creation, you kind of just tune everything out. but we'll do our best. You get locked in. We understand when you supported. Oh, thank you, Hero. You're fine. Lock in. It's still hot here, so I'm cooling down in AC. Oh, yee! Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you have some AC to cool off with. We'll just be saying nice things when you're not looking. And when you're, oh, Hero. That's okay. You don't have to say anything, but thank you. It's been a really rough day. We chill now and see how things shake up. But no reason log in. And it is always nice watching the aircraft. Oh, thank you, Ty. I'll just be saying nice things. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh my god, more leatherworking. This is cheaper. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in, Sushi. How are you? Yeah, we're finishing up the journal holster that we were making on the last stream. So now you can see that we have that much better, more square angle rather than like that loop there. So when we see our actual bookend and we actually put it up to it, it'll have a much better like square angle that actually hugs the journal. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Sorry for being lurky. We were out getting food. Oh, no worries, cat. No worries. I hope you guys got something delicious. But let's see here. Oh my gosh, wait, I missed everything! Oh, hi Fortistraza, welcome in! Hi Rachel, hi chat, oh my god, hello, welcome in! That looks great, Rachel. Aw, thank you, Ty, I appreciate that. Oh, you got sushi! Delicious, delicious. Oh my god. Okay, before I create like a mess all over the table here, let me mute the microphone real quick because I'm gonna vacuum up all the little debris here. So give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so now that we've got that done, we can kind of decide where we want our strap to sit. So I do want it to sit kind of in the middle. So I'm thinking about here for where it'll sit on the back, because on the front, I want the buckle to sit right around the middle there. So what we'll do is let's put the book in, and then we'll kind of use the book in place to oh, oopsie. I'll kind of use the book in place to dictate how much we cut here. Because essentially what we're gonna have is this. Also, on that note, while I have this mocked up here, let me mark the location for the snap. So I wanted to have like about that half-inch round over from the back that we have here, so we're gonna do something similar here. So I made a very light mark about where I wanted it to be, so I'm actually gonna err on a little bit side of extra, and I'm just gonna push that mark out just a little bit. Because that way we will guarantee our that we will have the right we'll have the right amount of seam allowance, for lack of a better way to describe it. Let me make sure I'm marking this line properly. So I don't know if I've ever shown this on stream before, but I have this cute little thing here. This is actually meant to be a right angle finder, and I have like these engineering rulers that are, you know, like cut with square corners and like right to the edge is the measurement. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm sliding in these rulers so that I can create a right angle like that. So that way I can make sure that when it's pushed up against a piece that I have exactly the right angle that I need. So that was about where it was. I'm gonna come out about a 1/4 inch here, and we'll just mark a loose line. But yeah, super useful little thing. And then using our flat knife here, we can just make the cut. Yeah. I hope your guys' nights are going well. So, oh, this is scary, but we've committed. So essentially, this is gonna sit on the back like that, like this, right? It's gonna anchor there, and then it's gonna fold around to the front like this. Whew, okay. Sorry, I'm back. Hi, party people. Welcome back, Alex. How are you? How are you doing? Okay, so we will take our calipers here. And this is the hard part because I need to measure exactly where it's gonna sit, where the strap is gonna get sewn in. So we're actually just gonna eyeball it, if I'm honest. Yeah. What could go wrong? Just curious because I like asking hobbyists, and because even when people do math, how much did all the tools you use for leather crafting cost? Gosh, I think all of this stuff easily into the thousands. You'll have to lean to the side a lot. Oh my god, wait, did you see me? Hello! But yeah, gosh, yeah, at least at least several $1,000s. I mean, just for some context here, these are my stitching chisels. These are from a Korean company called Cinebrox. Just this set of 4 chisels was about $600. And these are like really high quality French style angle chisels. But I mean, even beyond that too, just like between blades, rulers, things like this. Like this is a Japanese flat knife here. I had a friend pick this up for me in Japan. This is about like $60. You know, the V-groover that we just used here. This one I think was honestly fairly affordable. I want to say like maybe 40 or 50. Oui, oui. Oh, that is one that nice chisel. That was so terrible. Why do people let me do this? God, but yeah, there's like so much stuff that you guys don't even see behind the cameras here. I mean, I even have something like this. This is a essentially a rotary tool. It's a handheld rotary tool. It has like all sorts of bits and stuff like that. Which was, I think this I got on sale for like $60 or $70, something like that. Like my sets of hole punches, these are probably in the ballpark of about $10 each, and I've got like a set of 8 or 9 of them, so about $100. All the consumables, even just my... Okay, actually, this is gonna be a fun one. How much do you guys think this cost? Yeah, how much do you guys think this cost? Because this is a 2-pound mallet. Yeah, this is a 2-pound maul with brass, brass tops and bottoms and everything. Nylon maul. Is that French Mountain Dew? 1,000 gil, my lord. I want to say, just because of the fancy handle and brass and all, You're pretty close, Hero. This is about $240. This is not cheap. Um, God, I'm blanking on the name of the company that does it. But the company that made this, um, they produce like a lot of high-end leathercraft tools, and specifically their focus is on like these mauls and mallets and stuff. But I got one of their heavier ones. They have a 4 pound too, which I think would have been way too excessive, but um, yeah, it was pretty expensive. But I mean, not to derail the conversation or anything, just like yeah, um, quite a bit. I mean, like even stuff like this, which is just this is a, as you can see from the label, this is a bag foot setter that I got specifically for one type of foot. And that cost me like 20 something dollars, like close to 30. And I have 3 of them, right? So it adds up, but you know, spread out over like a couple years, not too bad. Rachel believes in investing in the tools of her trade. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I mean what Kat alluded to, she knows my philosophy very well. I very much believe in buy once, cry once. Buy once, cry once. I am a big proponent of saving up and spending the money up front for quality tools or quality things that you will use frequently. For instance, like, you know, my main PC was very expensive. My main computer, not the one that we're streaming on right now, but my main desktop was quite expensive. And I was okay with spending that much money because I use that computer every single day. And if it's something that I interact with every single day, I want to make sure that it's good. You know, I want it to be something satisfying for me. And in the same way for all of these tools, you know, as much as the price might get to you, or you know, might get to me, I'm a firm believer that a lot of these tools are not necessarily like consumable purchases, they're investments, right? Like, this will last me a lifetime. This will literally last me my whole life. I'm fine spending about $300 for a high quality tool that I will use for my entire life. Things like that, you know? Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable to build up your tool set as you get further into the craft, and when you know you're gonna do it for a long time, you want something that will last, even if it's a little bit more expensive up front. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Panda, welcome in. How are you? Okay, but now we are gonna transfer our marks here, because we made some marks here for where we're gonna punch down the strap. If I can get my other ruler out. So I do want to just transfer it to the other side, but again, you don't need to take like measurements necessarily. A lot of what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with woodworking at all, or the concept of what's called a story stick. Old school woodworking did not have like precision, you know, measurement tools, right? They didn't have the technology and the ability to measure to that granularity. So old school woodworking used something called a story stick. And a story stick is essentially like a piece of wood or a piece of scrap or something like that they measured to the thing that they were making. Essentially, they mark a piece of wood. Like, for instance, let's say I cut this strap this long. Rather than take a ruler, measure out how long this is, right? Figure it out, write it down somewhere. What they would do is they would get like another piece of wood. They would put it up against it and then make a mark where it ends. And so that way, when they go to the next piece, they can see like, oh, okay, this piece needs to get cut right here. And that way they can achieve a high level of precision in the sense that it's not necessarily like an exact measurement relative to, you know, like a measurement, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess a measurement system, but rather precision to relative to the piece that they're making. Yeah. Don't ask, I was horrible kinda. Oh, shucks. Mark did a buy one, get the second half off, made a lot of people come in, so with non-stop cooking. Oh, shucks, sorry to hear. Oh, like a makeshift ruler. Yep, exactly. Yeah, sorry, Panda. Aw. Hopefully it's better tomorrow for you, but hopefully now that you're home you can just rest up. Yeah. But yeah, exactly like you were saying, Kat. Essentially, yeah, it's like a makeshift ruler. It's just that the measurements are not relative to a system; they're relative to the specific piece that they're building. So you would find wood shops, like old-timey wood shops, with racks of story sticks, which have like markings of all kinds in them. That mark, you know, like the side of the frame is going to be this long, the lengthwise is going to be this long. It's all marked, like, you know, you have just like tick marks down these long strips. So that way they could always make sure to cut relative to the original design that they were making. But yeah, super interesting, yeah. Very, very cool concept. And I think what's even cooler about it is that I don't think a lot of people realize, but they actually do that too. You know, like when you're cooking, right? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, this looks about right, or this looks about right, or you'll memorize like a measurement or something relative to another ingredient, right? You know, something like that. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I gotta mark our other strap as well. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to the tooling slab because we are gonna punch the stitching holes for our two straps here. So let's get out our tool and then let's move over to the tooling slab. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. What a struggle. I should put like a mat or something down here so that I can wheel my chair around a little bit easier. Taka has been woodworking again recently, so it's kind of cool hearing that tidbit. Oh yeah! I can almost guarantee you Taka knows what a story stick is. Not to say that it's like, you know, a bad thing to not know what it is. It's a fairly esoteric piece of knowledge. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you knew what it was. Like a glass one? Yeah. So actually, my main desk has a glass mat that I can roll around on. But over here, I do not, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I for sure didn't know what it was. Yeah. But now you know. Now, wait, there we go. Now you know. I mean, like, you know what? A perfect example for you, Kat, is that you probably have cut, like, part of a pattern for a cosplay, right? And then you use that cut piece to, like, measure out another piece that you're gonna cut, right? I'm sure you've done that before. Same exact concept. Where the measurements are not necessarily to a ruler, but to another piece in and of itself. Yeah. So awesome. Alrighty, so we've got our holes punched here, so we'll move back to our main workbench. Sorry, I'm here and listening and just drawing alongside you. Oh, yay! Of course. Yeah, if you guys are doing anything fun or interesting, or if you guys are like parallel playing or whatever, I'd love to know what you guys are doing. Or even ribbons to the width of whatever I'm wrapping and measure how wide the fabric should be at that point. Exactly like that. Very similar concepts, yeah. I'm still finishing dinner, yeah! Oh, sushi's so good. Okay guys, I confession time, I did not eat dinner. I got so lazy after work, I kind of just lounged around and then I was like, oh crap, I should go find my headphones to make sure that I'm prepared for tonight, and then I was planning to like eat something quick after that, but then obviously I didn't find my headphones, so there went that idea. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I just cut an extra strip. Oopsie. Oh no, starving so I couldn't wait to eat. I only had pistachios all day and matcha latte, oh no. So after stream we all did Chili's. Oh my god, if somebody took me to Chili's after stream, I would literally die at the happiest girl in the world. That'd be awesome. But I hope you get to eat after stream. I will eat after stream. Let's go, yeah. Don't worry guys, I'll pay for the chips and the salsa. Oh my god, hero. I see your game. But I'll appreciate it. Oh my god. Glad you got get some sushi, yeah. Chili's, I know, right, Ty? It sounds so good. Islanders, you heard her, let's go. Or go, go, go. Oh my god, yeah. No, don't worry about it, guys. It's okay. I do have leftovers that I can eat. Brain was melting for a bit. Split second thinking about them good foods. Yeah. Leftovers coming in clutch. Yes, exactly. My mom also gave me like this really good advice to always keep like an emergency like set of like frozen and instant foods, right, that you can heat up in a pinch, so I'm never in dire straits. Which has come in clutch already before, so shout outs to my mom, by the way. My mom is awesome. Okay, so normally I would put this up in the stitching pony here, but I think I can manage here just like as is. Wait for it. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh my god, that was so hard to get through. That was weird. Okay, there we go. Just like in Pokemon, yeah. Smart move, mom, yeah. Shout out to Mama Nyan Nyan. Nyan Nyan Mama. Oh my god, you guys. I'll tell my mom that my internet friends gave her a shout out. She would have no idea what that meant. But I'm sure she'll be appreciative. Also, I think I've mentioned before, as I was stitching, but while I stitch, this is like a common practice in like tailoring as well. But I also do some back stitches once I'm done, just to make sure that we have everything all set. Still has fuel. It does. Perfect. I hope there's no like TOS against like fire on stream or something like that. I don't think so, but oopsie. Hero gave you a shout out. Hero? Oh, Hero? No, Hero. Oh my god. Whew. Okay, perfect. So now when we have our book slid in, right, it'll come up like that, and then our little belt will come up like this. Right? There we go. Hooray! It's all coming together. Yeah, it's coming together. Right? Oh, that's gonna look great. So, now that we're here, there's a couple of things that we need to do still. So, originally I had planned for this flap here to be adjustable, So it could like go up or down depending on the length of the book. I think we're gonna keep that static actually. And I think what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna rivet this in place here. So that way it doesn't move around, and it basically will keep the shape constantly. And then when this folds around, I think we're also gonna rivet at the top here. So that way this strap doesn't fall down. And then in addition to that, we also need to cut the holes for the belt. It's mostly going to be aesthetic holes because obviously there's only going to be one that, you know, it's going to tie down to, but we can base all of our hole measurements off of that one. But yeah. So for now, let's find the middle point on that piece right there. So that way we can punch that hole. And to do that, we can actually use our original template. Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it because our measurement here is actually kind of odd because it's not exactly an even measurement. So yeah. If we do that, yeah. Let's see, if we do about 5.5, it'll be 3 3 or 2 3/4 about. So right around there. And again, we're kind of just eyeballing it. There's a lot of imperfect science here. But the nice thing about leather is that it's flexible, it's malleable, right? So you can kind of hide a lot of mistakes. Does that look about center? I'm kind of just like leaning back to see if this looks center to my eyes. It looks a little bit off actually. I don't know. I mean, again, it's not vitally important that this is an exact measurement. Okay, yeah, that'll probably be fine. We'll just leave it at that for now. Okay, then we'll go over to our tooling slabs because we're gonna punch a hole and then we're gonna put in a rivet. the table. Oopsie. Okay, so into this one. Yeah, that looks about right. We're committed now. And then for this one, oops. Okay, so theoretically, with our book in place, those holes should line up. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that on camera, but that lines up pretty perfectly. So that's good. So now we're gonna punch the rivet. And we're not gonna use like a super huge rivet here. Because the buckle will be over it, so I mean, I guess I could use a bigger one. Oops. Yeah, we'll use a 7mm rivet here. The only thing about this one is that it will be a little bit of an awkward punch for the rivet because this piece is elevated. So normally I lay the piece flat on the tooling slab here, but because this has, this is captured by this whole assembly, there's no real way for me to get like a piece in it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put my 1, 2, 3 block inside here, which is a little bit high, but I'm just gonna use it as a backer for my anvil, so that way we can actually get the piece punched in. Alright, this one's gonna be the bigger donks. There we go. So now this is captured pretty well. It has some flex and some play if we need it, but otherwise, I really hope this is right. When our book slides in, it's gonna be pretty perfect for when we have everything nailed down. It's a little bit high. There's like a little bit of a bulge here. When everything is taut and everything, perfect. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now that we have that too, we can also punch the hole for the snap that's gonna go there. But while we're doing that, let me make sure to put tools away. Is Hattie sorry I looked at bulge? Oh no, it's okay. It's okay, Alex. You can look at the bulb anytime you want. Yay! Nice, it's really coming together. Oh, thank you, Ty. So now we're gonna get our top snap. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I dropped it. It's okay, we got it. Okay, and then we gotta get our anvil. I thought I had a better punch. Maybe I don't. Alright, well. Oh, actually, theoretically, hold on 1 second. I don't know if I have an anvil big enough for my rivets for a cat. Oh my god, it's perfect. I'm so big brain, guys. I'm so big brain. So, okay, just to illustrate a little bit of what I'm doing in my head here. So, the button snap head, actually, let me move back over to the workbench here. It'll be easier to show you guys. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is this is the top of like a button snap, right? Pretty standard. I'm sure a lot of you have seen basically, you know, this kind of thing before. The problem here is that this surface is slightly curved. So there's a slight curvature to it, which you want to maintain. So normally I use an anvil like this. So basically, I have the button snap like that, and then I push I hammer the top down into it like that. The problem with this is that this is a purely flat base. So if I apply too much pressure, I actually flatten out the button head, which it's not the end of the world, but it doesn't look super amusing. Whereas, for instance, rivets, because they're meant to have that slightly curved texture to them. I actually have a special rivet anvil here. I don't know if you can tell, but they're curved on the inside. They're bold, so that way it maintains the curvature of the rivet. So I was like, oh, do I have an anvil that is sized for a button head? And it turns out my rivet anvil, the largest size, guys, it is the perfect size for my button head. Look at that. It's like it was meant to be. Oh my god, it's so perfect. Well, we had to BRB to break down our recycling because we forgot it's blue. Oh no, it's okay, cat. You look super amazing. Oh yeah, thank you. Beauty, yeah. So, turns out I do actually have the perfect anvil for my button snaps. It's literally the perfect size. So now that we figured that out, let's head back over there. Okay, so first things first, we'll have to punch the hole for the button snap. This one is a pretty thin hole. And then we'll get our actual button here. And then I have this is the striker, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this here, but on the inside there's like an actual like little cutout there, and that's to capture the actual button top here. So we have like a little tool that sits essentially like that right in the button so that it captures it and applies even pressure. Oh, you see it? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay, so make sure that we get this down here. And then some big bonks. And so now we've got that situated, but you can see just based on the reflection here that we've maintained that curvature of the button. It's not flat anymore, or it's not flat, so you maintain the curvature. Oh my god, those donks were donking. I know, right? Anytime I do like the metal striking, it's a very loud noise. And then the last thing I want to do actually is I'm gonna actually curve off this this strap here. So give me 1 second and I'll get my my belt punch. So for this one, we're just gonna do a simple circle cut here. So I just have a 3/4 round punch. Yep, and all it does is it cuts our little rounded end here. Alright, we did it! Hooray! So let's go back to the workbench and we can do some other stuff here. Oh my god, hi Bird! How are you? Welcome in! Hello! ASMR is right. Oh my gosh. Hello, how are you, Bird? Wizardry, muscle wizardry! Oh my god, I don't know about that one. How's it going? Yeah, how's it been, Bird? It's going. I scared myself watching backrooms vids in anticipation for the movie coming out, but now I fear sleep. Oh no! Oh shucks. Oh no, but that's okay. The perfect place to be cozy and wind down from spookies. Yeah! Oh, thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. Yeah, come over here. We'll give you a big hug. We'll make sure everything is okay. I hope you have been slow. We have been. Thank you so much, Bird. All around looks so cute. Rachel, oh, thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. Been busy but good. Yeah. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Bird. Oh, cool. Back to the project suite. Hi, Greg. Welcome in. Yes, we are back to the project. Hopefully finishing tonight. I say hopefully, but like 90% positive we're gonna be finishing tonight. Because there's only a couple more things that we're gonna be doing, so yeah, not too much left over. That's the host. Perhaps, Cozy Leather came and put my mind at ease? Yeah. Yeah, come and get cozy with us. Okay, so theoretically, now we can pull this and we should be able to... Ta-da! So, that's our top. So now it doesn't come out, right? Isn't that so cool? Look, we're a bit crooked, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not straight, so that doesn't need to be straight. And so the last thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do the strap here, for the bottom. And then once we do that, then we'll do our belt loops, and then we're pretty much done. Well, yeah. If anything, Rachel can dunk the spooks for you with her. Oh yeah. Don't worry, I got them. I've got my T-Fon all. I'll give them a good donking. Oh wait, shucks, I forgot to put this away. This makes me want to warm up a hot pocket and get under a blanket. Yeah, you should, Greg. That'd be so fun. Hot pocket sounds great, doesn't it? Oh, that sounds amazing. Oi. Oh no! My snap didn't punch down all the way. I might have to actually... Huh. That's awkward. This is why you test it. So our snap didn't punch down all the way. I think this leather is a little bit too thin. So what I might have to do actually is I might have to add a filler piece here. Just a little rings, that way we can properly capture this. How's everybody's night? It's going well. I hope you're having a good night too, Greg. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think we're just gonna cut a little square out here, and then we're just gonna add some body to that. So that way we can properly punch that down. So what we're gonna do actually, okay, so what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna actually take a round punch and oh, excuse me. We're gonna cut out a circle here. I think this is gonna be a little bit too big, so we'll do one smaller. Okay, I don't, so normally I use this, so this is just like a little, a larger hole punch. Normally I use this with my press, but I actually haven't moved my press to the workbench yet, or over to this place yet, so we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way that I used to do it, which is basically this requires pressure, but in order to evenly distribute that pressure, I'm just putting this nylon disc over it so that way when I strike it, it should hopefully be able to disperse the pressure across the whole thing. Here we go. Okay, we're almost there. Actually, we're gonna go over to the tooling slab just in case. Okay. Just got off work and now hitting those weekend vibes. Yeah, let's go. Love to hear it. There we go. Let me just pop out the little disc here. Now we have ourselves a little disc, which we're gonna also hole punch right in the center. Okay, that wasn't really straight, but you know what? That's fine. Good show night so far. Glad you got off work though and are hanging out too. Yeah. Love the cherry blossom transition thing. So precious. Oh, thank you, Bird. I appreciate that. In case you guys cannot tell, I really, really love cherry blossoms. I'm glad to be here with everybody and hope then your night becomes even more chill as you're. Aw, thank you, Greg. Okay, we're gonna do that take 2 this time. And just make sure to put away our tools. And get our little pieces one more time. And so again, we're gonna put that there, but this time we're actually going to use a separate spacer in order for us to, we're going to use that ring to give us some body for this to bite into. Which I hope will work. Actually, I don't know if it will. I don't know. We're just gonna try and punch it again and see what happens. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Oh, yeah, that did not work. Shucks. So normally what happens here is that this is meant to deform a little bit. So the cap is a mushroom, so it's meant to deform the metal on the bottom piece here. But you know what? Maybe we just gotta go a little bit harder. No. What can I do here? You know what? I might have to use the flat anvil. I'm glad to be here with everybody. Oh, wait, I read that. Thanks for upload to Cozy Stream. Oh, thank you, Ty. I love Cozy Streams. It might have something to do with my ASMR addiction. Oh my gosh, that's okay, Greg. No worries. You're in good hands here. Oh man, it's kind of cool to see you problem solving it live though. Be nice if it worked like a charm. Normally it does, if I'm honest. Normally it does. I don't know why this one is giving me so much issues. It just decided today of all days is, you know, the one that it wasn't gonna cooperate on. So instead of the rounded anvil, you know what, we're just gonna use the flat one. Because I have a suspicion that we'll probably have to deform the top cap here in order to get it to actually grab. Which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Uh-oh. Shucks, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna work anymore. I'm gonna try another cap just in case. Unfortunately, I think our piece of leather here is actually probably nearing the limits of what it can do. It's been compressed pretty far already. But you know what? We'll keep trying. Yeah, it's not biting properly. Huh. What can I do here? Oh, hi. Thank you for saying hi, Hero. Let's see, what can we do here? So, this is kind of unfortunate because I already did punch the bottom one already. So we're kind of incentivized to stick to this. And like I could graft a second piece onto this. Oh my god. Oh great, you didn't have to give, but thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the generous gift. That's so kind of you. Oh. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your sub, Purd. I might have to cut my losses with this strap here. I think we've deformed the leather too much at this point for it to grab properly, which is kind of unfortunate. Don't mind me, I give because I left first, and second because I enjoyed you so. Oh, thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Aw, thank you, Greg. I think my last ditch effort is probably going to be that we're gonna use my older, cheaper anvil. Or sorry, my older and cheaper strike. I honestly don't think this is gonna make much of a difference, but you know what? We'll try it. Wait. Yeah, we're just mushrooming the bottom. We're not actually getting the rivet to sit in. I don't know what else I can do about that. What else can I do here? I'm striking this so hard that we're actually starting to deform the cap a little bit. That's unfortunate. And just for a sanity check, I am gonna just anvil one by itself. That doesn't even bite. What the heck? That's crazy! What's going on? Am I stupid? Hello? Guys, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid! I know what's wrong. We're using the wrong cap. No wonder. Oh my god, yeah, we're very stupid here. So, okay, basically what's happening here is that we're gonna go back to the workbench here. This is my mistake. Okay, so essentially what's happened here, there are 4 pieces to oh my gosh. Okay. There are 4 pieces to a button snap here. Okay, So these are the 4 pieces for a button snap. Essentially there are, there's the top cap, which is usually, you know, what snaps into the thing. There's the actual button. This is what snaps into the capture, right? And then the capture snaps into that button, and then you have a post for the piece. Essentially what I've done is I've done this backwards. So on our piece here, I've actually put the wrong post. So I put this post onto our receiver like that, right? But actually what's supposed to happen is that receiver is actually supposed to go on the top end, and our button is actually supposed to sit on top of this. So what's happened here is that this receiver was supposed to go on the strap side, and then our snap was supposed to go down here at the bottom. So I messed up. But you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. That being said, I don't actually think I can take this out without a significant amount of effort. So, how we're gonna remedy this is going to be a little bit of, it's going to be a little bit of a mystery. The best thing that I can think of is that I actually just punch our snap like, you know, like I would normally. It's just going to look kind of ugly is the only thing. Essentially, you know, this is supposed to be hidden by another piece of leather or whatever. But essentially, if I do this, it will work. And then it will snap in properly, which is likely what we're going to do. The other option is that I actually drill out this receiving cap, so that way I can put it in properly with a proper set. When in doubt, guy out with Gorilla Glue. I don't know about that one. I don't know if that's gonna work for this situation. So I could theoretically drill it out, which I'm kind of thinking about, if I'm honest. I've never actually drilled out, I've never drilled out a button cap before, so it would be a new experience for me. Do you guys want to go on an experiment with me? I've never done this. But essentially what we're doing here is that this this cap is held in. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. This is like all you can see, Cameron. Why are you not focusing on this? Hello? So this cap here is captured by a deformed piece of metal, right? And essentially what we want to do is we want to cut that metal out so that way we can release the cap and then the back. I've never done this before. So, I don't know. This is definitely that fuck around and find out part. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. But I think we're gonna try and drill it out. Yeah, we're gonna try and drill it out, and then we're gonna dump the bad rivet set. Alright, here we go. Is this really loud? This is probably really loud. I'm so sorry. Wait, is this too loud for you guys? I'm actually gonna try this with a ball rivet. Wait, was it too loud for you guys? Please tell me. But it is very dentist ASMR, I suppose. Actually, we're gonna do it against one of our 1, 2, 3 blocks here. We got it! I think we got it. Oh, maybe not. BRB. No worries, I'm so sorry about the noise, guys. I am gonna mute though because we have a lot of metal dust here, so I want to vacuum that up. Okay, I don't know if that worked, if I'm honest. I was moving boxes when I heard your Dremel thing, and I had to ask Taka if the sound's coming from you. I'm so sorry. But yeah. I think we got it though. Maybe? Or at least we're very close to it. I'm gonna go one more time, but I think actually we're gonna swap out for a different head here. I think I want to ball out that whole thing, yeah. This is a very disconcerting sound. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, that was a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. But we got it, guys, we got it! I've never done that before, so that was kind of just figuring it out as we went along, but it worked! So we got it! Oh my god. Guys, that was a lot. Hey, good job, Rachel, thank you, girl! Oh my god. Okay, low-key, that was kind of cool. But we got it. Hooray! Just make sure to grab all the metal shards here so that we can throw away the metal shards. Clutch? Yeah! I legitimately cannot believe that worked, guys. That was insane. That was so cool! It's not a clutch, it's a book holder. Oh my gosh. Shoutouts to Fantech, guys, by the way. This company, Fantech, they make like all sorts of like small handheld rechargeable rotary tools. They are amazing. Shoutouts to Fantech. They're not even a sponsor, but you know what? I'm still gonna shout them out. my gosh. Whew. Okay. Now that we've done that though, hopefully, let's get a. Oh my god! Oh, hey, he popped us. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Good luck, have fun. Thank you so much for the read. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for coming to join us. Oh, it's Hellscream. Hello, Hellscream. How are you? I'll be seeing you tomorrow for raid. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. I hope you guys are all doing well. As you can tell, we're not doing games tonight. If you've raided in with Apoptosis before, he's raided us a couple of times now. But today we're doing art. We're actually doing live leathercraft here at my workbench. You guys just missed a crazy thing where I had to I drilled out basically. I had put in a button snap. I put in a button snap improperly, so we had to drill it out, which was crazy. But I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the shout out, by the way, Kat. But yeah, for those of you guys who have never rated me before, my name is Nyan Rachel. I do a lot of variety gaming. I do, obviously, as you see now, I do live leathercraft, there's art streams. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just a little girlfriend wife, just doing my thing. But that being said, if you guys have to raid and dip, no worries at all. I know how it can be after a long raid, so if you guys want to raid and dip, totally okay. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. If you guys plan to stick around, I hope you guys get cozy. Okay, but now that we've done that, I cannot believe that worked, guys. Now that we've done that, though, we can properly put in our button snap here. So let's set up for that. And then hopefully this time we'll do it properly. So why don't we move over to we'll move over to the tooling slab here. So I think first things first here. Yes, we classic SSC tomorrow. Hell yeah! For those of you guys who don't know, Hellscream is one of my close friends. We raid in TBC, World of Warcraft TBC anniversary together. So we're doing some SSC tomorrow. For those of you who are familiar with World of Warcraft. Okay, but hopefully this time we'll get this right. We'll get our anvil here with our top, and then we're gonna put down our button. Perfect. I saw your craftsmanship in person today, by the way, while you made. Oh my god! Wait, really? No way! Wait, who did you see it from? Oh my god! Wait. Oh, I think I know who you saw it from. Oh my god, that's so cool! Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. I hope you liked it, but yeah. This is just a, this is the COVID hobby. Okay, so this time, I know we're gonna get this right, so bear with us, guys. We're gonna do some live donkings, so if you guys have a high volume, you might want to lower it for raiders. Yeah, John Range and Casey. Yeah, oh my god. It was super nice. I recognized it. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. But yeah, I made Casey actually bought him that wallet for a Christmas present. So she commissioned me to make one. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you guys have your volume kind of high, you might want to lower it here. We are going to be doing some hammering metal on metal, so it might get a little bit loud. Fair warning. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, and then now that we got that, we can do our base this time. Look at that, guys. When you do it properly, look, doesn't come off at all. Oh my god, that's so cool though that your works are so recognizable. Oh yeah. Thanks, girl. Oh, perfect, yeah. Oh my gosh, what an ordeal that was, wasn't it? So now, now that we have that in place, you know, when we slide in our book here, we can actually get our strap properly in place, and we can actually button it down, right? So we can actually button it down here, and you can release it without anything falling apart. The important part. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so now that we've gotten that though, I do want to cut the belt loops out of our belt, which is going to be our last step. So actually, let me make sure that we can round off the edge here. So we're just gonna take our belt punch. That way we can make our rounded edge. And then before we get too far into it, let's make sure that we put away all of our tools and stuff. It's like the thing where like you recognize a brand from almost an unheard of craftsperson, but the products are super high quality. Love it! Oh my god, thank you, girl. I'm so happy to be proud owner of a purse made by you. Yeah, and I would make you 10 million purses. That's the bestie privilege. I never ever expected it to be like that crazy. But now that I've seen it, I am very glad that it's that it is a thing. So actually, you know what? I do want to cut this. So I do want to cut this strap. But it is a little bit long, so I think I'm gonna actually cut it right around here. So I'm just gonna make a mark with my nail. Because now that we now that we cut that in half, we do have a little bit more play. Okay, perfect. So now that we're at this spot, I do get to show you guys another very cool tool that I have. But what I want to do is, because this belt loop is almost purely aesthetic, we are going to punch the hole in a very specific spot to make sure that this remains taut. So where we punch that hole is going to be kind of up for contention, but essentially where we want to punch it is, I don't know if you can see the way that this this tongue for the buckle is shaped. So you can kind of see that the tongue has this sort of like angled part where it goes up here. Here, we'll do it like this, where it kind of goes up this way and then back down, right? It has that kind of like arch up here. Essentially what we want to do is we want to make our hole land right around where that arch is. Because that's where it's gonna bite down on the leather. I still have my Type 0 jet tag that you made. Oh yeah! With my original logo! And the stitches in leather are holding up very well. Oh, that's so cool! Awesome, Kat, thank you! Thank you for letting me know too, because like, one of the things that I love about leather is that it really holds itself over time, so to hear that it's still going, even some of my earliest stuff, is super, super awesome. It looks great with the button stamp now. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you, Ty. Oh my god, hello, little Spud. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? How are you doing? So essentially, I'm just going to mark our hole right around there. So that's where we're gonna, hard for you guys to see, but we're gonna punch our hole right there. But let me head back over to this side because I'm gonna show you guys a very cool tool that I use. Before we get to it, let me just clean up a little bit over here. Make sure we put our tools away and stuff. I'm good. I'm crocheting a cat blanket. Oh, so cute. Oh my god. Ew, not that you have to. Also, is Spud okay, or do you want Lil Spud, or is there some other nickname that you go by? But if you'd love to, feel free to join our Discord. You can do it from !Discord. You can share some pictures. I would love to see. That'd be so nice. Also, let me hydrate here. Oh, thank you for the link, Cat. She's so spoiled. Spud is perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah. But welcome in, Spud. I hope you're doing well. Let me just put this stuff away real quick. Okay, so... Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Spud. That's so kind of you. Oh, thank you so much. So, what I get to show you guys now is a tool specifically made to measure out belt loops. So this is what it is. As you can see, it swivels like this. And there are these indentations for common hole placings for belts. Of course, I love the energy here. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Oh, hi, Oz. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? But what we get to do with it is that we can actually close it around our strap here. So that way we make sure that we center our holes and they're all going to have uniform sizing. So what I can do is I can line it up with the hole that we made there, or with the marking that we made, and I can mark all of our hole punches based on this. So that way I don't have to do like a ruler thing, I don't have to take measurements, and it's all relative to the actual hole that we want to punch based on the the actual measurement of the actual piece. Hey, hey, Yochi, how are you? Yeah. Hope you guys are good. Yeah. Good, just chilling here. How are you? Oh, so glad to hear you're doing good, Oz. So now we have a couple of spots for our hole punches. And we're just gonna do one last one. Right there. Perfect. Okay. And then we can go back over to the tooling slab so we can do the punches. You're making me want to pick up another hobby, or you're making me want to pick up another hobby to add to my 12 different ones. You should, you should. I hope you, not that I'm necessarily like trying to get people into leather crafting, you know, but that being said, I think it's a really cool hobby, and I think you'd enjoy it. I don't know anything about you, but you know, if you're already crocheting a blanket for your little guy, then, or I assume guy. Oh my god, what am I doing? How do I stream? This is crazy. But if you're already crocheting, then you know I feel like you could pick up a craft pretty well. I feel like a lot of people find leather crafting fairly intimidating, just because the material is so expensive. Which, you know, I totally understand. It can be very intimidating to work with a material that is, a lot of people assume unforgiving, and you know, because it's expensive, there's also the upfront cost of it. You know, that puts some people off, but I think as long as you know, you kind of understand that leather is actually quite a forgiving material. It's very malleable. You know, it flexes, it moves. You know, you can kind of pull things into place. It's not quite as forgiving as cloth in that specific sense. Not that cloth is forgiving, but I think people would be surprised at how much they're able to get away with in leathercraft. There we go. So now you've got our belt loops. I'm very crafty, yay! Oh, that's awesome, yeah. Oh yeah, if you're already very crafty, then you got this. That being said, I don't want to, you know, push you into taking another hobby that would cost a significant amount of money, but I think you should. I mean, I taught myself how to do this, you know. This was my COVID hobby. Underlevel Gamers in chat, Kat, my bestie, asked me, you know, one time if I wanted to do it. And I was like, yeah, sure. And it turns out, you know, I loved it. You know, I just bought like some cheap tools off of Amazon, just to start with to see if I liked it. Turns out I loved it. So I started to invest a lot more in like tools and stuff like that. You know, I expanded my knowledge. I kept trying new things, right? So yeah. Guys, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I should maybe add a little loop to keep it done, but I think that's fine. Look at that. That's our thing. Oop. Agile, I shall return. No worries. Oh, it looks so pro with the measured out so perfectly that. Oh, thank you, Kat. It is very convincing to watch you. Convincing watching you all. Every time I watch you do leather working, it makes me want to try it again. Yeah, you should. I do so many hobbies. My favorites right now are 3D designs or furniture, crochet, and cross stitch. Oh, that's so cool. No hobby is as expensive as having little yous running around. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, if you've got little yous running around, that's a terribly expensive. I don't know if I consider it a hobby, but we'll say hobby for the sake of argument here. Oh my God, Greg, no, stop! You don't have to keep gifting subs, but thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you for gifting a sub to Spud. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet, Greg. Thank you so much. Oh, it looks amazing. Oh, thank you guys. But yeah, that was our project. So, you know, it's a little bit janky, but you know what? We make do with what we've got. Oh my God, that's so sweet. Man, you guys are Greg, you're too nice. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to react to like generosity. I think it's cute. Flush would make the piece special. Yes, exactly. All of my stuff is handmade, so all of those little flaws, like there's an extra, you know, little dot here from where I originally had put it. I had originally put like a hole there to actually anchor this to the back, but I decided I didn't need it. Hold on. Are you guys getting that that buzzing in the music, or is that just me? I think it might just be me. I don't hear anything? Okay, perfect. I'm pretty sure it was me. But I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Oh yeah. Once I just reconnected my earbuds, I think we were good. Anyway, yeah. So that is the piece. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the belt loops here. So we're gonna be using these 1/2-inch clips to attach to the back of the holster here. So they're just gonna be, you know, attached like that. That way they can clip in. However, the straps that we've cut are 3/4, so we have to cut it down to that 1/2 inch here, right? So normally what I do is that I actually cut out like a little archway in the piece here. That's right. Okay, so first off we're gonna measure out where our glue line is gonna be, because essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna be folding this over, so that way, you know, it captures our little hook here. So I want to make sure that we fold it over enough. So usually I do about a 1.5-inch fold over. So we'll just mark that here. And then I usually leave about an inch for the actual rotation. Although I feel like this one is going to be kind of generous if I do that. Because essentially we're going to also fold this down as a snap. Because my idea is that this gets held in place not just with glue, but this is also going to be the base of our snap. So that way when we close it over a belt, right? Because this will, this will hang from a belt, like that, right? So that way when we close it over, it'll overlap in that piece, because I want that kind of buffer of thickness on the inside for an actual belt. So I think we'll do that. Yep. So we're just gonna rough mark again on the second piece where our glue liner is gonna sit, but also where we need to cut out to make the clearance for one of our hooks. As I'm crocheting this blanket, I'm realizing how spoiled this cat is. Oh, so sweet. Oh, that's okay. Spoiled little kitties are cute. Exactly. She's such a princess when she's being cute. I call her Sweet Baby Angel. Oh, Sweet Baby Angel. So sweet. So let me just get my right rule here. I'll set up because I want to measure out our 1/2 inch here. So this is 3/4, right? So if this is a 3/4 piece of leather here, just to do some quick math, right? We want to make sure that we cut in about about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. So actually, let me make sure that I mark the center point here. Okay, perfect. She just yelled at me because I was trying to see the width on her. Oh, how she loves me. Oh, so sweet. I gotta start heading to bed. Gotta wake up early, Rip. Thank you so much for the fun and cozy stream. Loved your craft and came along so well. Have a great evening and a day. Oh, thank you, Ty. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good sleep. Thank you so much. So again, what I'm doing here is I'm marking the center point of the punch that I'll need to make, the cutout that I'll need to make in order for me to be able to fold over the piece. So that way we can get the actual loop around. So let me get my I could do this a couple ways. I could do a round punch, which is what I normally do, or I could be fancy and I can try and make a I can try and make like an angled cut. How do I want to do this? We're gonna be fancy today. I don't know why we're being fancy, but we're gonna be fancy today. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing so? What does the angle cut look like? Okay, I have a good example. I happen to have a good example. So this, is a strap, essentially. So, you know, I have like a wider piece of leather here, right? That has to get tapered down in order for it to be able to fit into the loop of a hook. So this one has rounded corners because essentially I use like a half hole punch in order to get that look. If I do an angled cut, essentially this will be a straight line like that. So I don't know if I want it to be like angled or if I don't know if I want it to be curved. My gut tells me that I want to do it angled because generally if I do it angled, this rotates better. But if I do it curved, it would make sense because, you know, we cut curves for the straps and stuff, so it kind of keeps in that same design philosophy. So also the angled cuts are much more labor intensive. Not that they're, you know, super duper hard, but yeah. Oh my god, welcome back, Alex! I'm sorry my phone died. It's okay. Welcome back. Oh my god. Since you're here, Alex, though, look, you get to see it. We're more or less done. Isn't this so cool? I do want to add like a little loop here, but I'll figure that out later. But yeah, look, that's so sexy, I know, right? So, theoretically, right, this is hanging off my belt or something, and I just slide my book out, right? And just slide it back in, and get our little strap. And snap it back in. Isn't that so awesome? Ah. Okay, you've convinced me, Kat. We're gonna do the curve. Because it's going to be way easier. sent a kitty photo in the server of the print. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I can't wait to go look. I will definitely take a look, Spud, after I end tonight. Thank you so much for sharing. I love little fur baby pictures. Okay, we're gonna do some dunks. Oh my god, I have Oreos, yay! We're actually gonna do it on the tooling slab. Sorry, it's kind of loud on the workbench. Yep, so this is essentially what we're gonna be doing here. So now that we have that relief here, we can get the we can get the actual clip into the piece. Don't tell me that I had 11 cats at one point. Oh my gosh. So many kitties. Okay, so let's get some glue here. Where did the other ones go? Hello? Oh, there's one. I'll find the other one later. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back up to see some of the earlier chat. That's so sexy. Oh my god, thank you for updating me, Trade Out of Fantasy. Yeah, of course, Alex. Thank you for coming to take a look with me. Oh my gosh, Kitty looks like a little lion. Oh, I can't wait to see. my god. That's stuck to my towel. Perfect. Whew. Okay, now we're gonna mark the spot for our snap. I'm just gonna be just about here. Okay, perfect. And this time, I will make sure to install the snap properly. You got this. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Team, I love when I meet when I can meet a new cat and they have completely different attitude than their luck. Like they're grumpy, they're so playful. Yeah. Aww. I'm just gonna round out these corners real quick. Actually, you know what? Before I round them off, I should make the snap. Actually, you know what? I think these I'm actually gonna leave square cornered. Mostly because I think I want this to yeah. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit lower just in case. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this square cornered because I'm worried that if it's a rounded corner, that it'll be hard to grab when I want to detach it. Okay, so let me get the hardware here real quick, and then we can move over. Let's head back over. Okay, so first we're gonna punch our holes for the base. This is the button here, right? And this time we're not making the same mistake as we did before. I believe you got this. Bets that we'll get this. And then we'll do our hole for the tops. Okay, so for our bottoms here, get that poked through, and get our top here, and then let's get our button in. Stuff fell down. Oh my god, are you okay? We're fine, we're fine. It was just an empty box. I had an empty box sitting at the top up here. That just the vibration brought it down. Thank you. Thank you for making sure. I appreciate the concern though. That could have been very bad very quickly. Oh shucks, I got the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the concern, guys. The box is like, it's my time to shine. Really, really was. Anything to steal the spotlight, am I right? But, yeah, with that, that's more or less the last thing that we needed. So, essentially, our straps sit in like this, right? Right? And then, let's say for instance, we had like a belt or something, just using this as an example, right? We had a belt like this, you know, this is around my waist or something like that. Then, we just close the snaps here, and now it hangs off the belt, right? Hooray! I'm over here crying about the cutest cat with the pinkest toes. Aww. The snaps work so perfectly, yeah. I love this. Oh, thank you. But yeah, that is that's our journal holder. So, you know, when it's like hanging on my you know, when it's hanging on a belt or something like that, right? Like it'll be like that. We unstrap and then we pull out the book. What I'm noticing here is actually it's kind of hard to pull out the book because this is going to be right up against it. So I'm going to actually cut out a little like grab here so that way I can actually grab the book a little bit easier. Oh gosh, math. I gotta do math. Hold on, give me a second. Her brain is so big. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know about that one. But we are just gonna freehand this cut. just a little cutout so that my fingers can grab into it. It's not exactly straight, but you know what? I'm not, so it's fine. That's a little bit better. Close enough. That leather sounds crunchy. It really, really is. Oh my god, yeah, you guys want some, you want some, like, cutting ASMR? Hold on. Here, listen to that. Can you hear that leather crunch? Ooh, my brain. Yeah. And that is our that's our project. So yeah, there we go. Their little belt loops here, right? And then when this comes, you know, when this comes off, now I have a little little space back here to grab it so that I can actually pull it out, right? A little bit easier. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Oh, it came out so well. Whew. And if we don't want to use the belt loops, we can always take them off. And then we can swap to the strap. So that it can be carried around like a little purse. Right? I can't wait to see you use it out in the wild. Yeah! How cute! Oh, thank you guys! Perfection! Oh my god, you guys are so sweet. I knew you could do it. Thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate the vote of confidence. That looks amazing. It's genuinely so professional. Oh, thank you, Hero. I don't know about professional in this case. There's a lot of just shortcuts that were taken for the sake of it, but you know what? I think it came out pretty okay. I don't know, must have been the wind coming from her open window. I feel bad for the bandits on the other New Year's spells. Oh, Hero. Unbelievable. Who would say that? Yeah, who would say that? Gotta do a photo shoot now. Yeah. Photo shoot, great idea. Oh, you guys. I will definitely be taking pictures of this though. But maybe to come full circle here, we're gonna be probably wrapping up here now that we're finished for the night. But just to kind of come full circle here, so this is our little holster for our journal here. And this is where we started from, guys. You remember? When we basically had, you know, this is the drawing that I had done for the original design. We had to do some iteration here and there with the way that it looked, you know. Specifically, you know, this little bottom flap here, we had to cut the V groove. we had, we also adjusted the D-ring here to be the little triangles, which is suggested by Kat, which I think looks really, really great. By the way, guys, this looks much, much, much better. I think this looks awesome. We changed the where the strap was gonna go. It was originally gonna come from the bottom, but now it's gonna come from above. We cut out the functionality for it to adjust in height. But yeah, this is where he came from, guys. And now you have a whole thing. So yeah. Nice earrings, yeah. Oh, welcome back, Sushi. I liked the whole time, but oh my god, that's so beautiful. I love that so much. Oh, thank you, Sushi. It's so pretty. I love it. Oh, thank you, Spud. From sketch to reality, that's some real magic. Ah, oh, you guys. Now you gotta do it with your mech drawings. Okay, I don't know about that one. I don't think I have the engineering wherewithal to be able to do that. I gotta lean on Kat with the engineering degree for that one. But yeah, you know what? That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, we just took that project in, 2 streams, basically from an idea that was drawn on paper into an actual product here. That being said, there's some things that I would change about it. I would have liked to make a belt loop here. I think this, this kind of coming off looks a little bit weird. Not that it's the worst thing in the world, but I should make a belt loop to hold this down, which I will do probably off stream later on. I definitely should have measured the center line for this strap a little bit better. The big problem was that this was such an odd dimension that I had a really hard time finding the center, so I had to eyeball it, so it's a little bit crooked. Like, you can see it's kind of tilted like that, but you know what, whatever. I have one, yes, but I'm not methods, yeah. I just act like a dummy. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I love the green so much, yeah. Chat actually picked out the color for this. So yeah, we have our green here. This nice green and brown together, which I think looks really, really, really good. My original purse that I first designed a long time ago was this color scheme, and I loved it, and it got a lot of attention. So I'm glad to have another thing that kind of has that same spirit going forward. I love the green and brown pairing too. It's very Twilight Princess looking, yeah. Yeah, it's a really nice green. Chat has such good taste. I know, you guys are pretty good. Green, brown, and gold, my 3 favorite colors. Oh, that's so awesome. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. This is a really cool project. Now that I finally have my workbench set back up, it's nice to be able to actually do something again. We kind of ran my bench through its paces. We pretty much touched all of the common tools that I would ever need. I have my my trusty knife. This one is just the same knife that I use for pretty much all of my basic leather cutting. We have my flat knife here that I use. Everything is in its proper place. I didn't feel like I was missing any tools. So yeah, overall, I'd say pretty successful project. I'm so impressed. Oh, thank you, Spud. Next you start a leather bookbinding and you'll always have a book that will fit with your book harness. Oh my god, that would be crazy. I mean, that would be very, very interesting. I would not say no necessarily, but That would be super duper crazy. Also, if you guys are curious, this is just a it's just a general notebook, but this was made by a company, Paper Age. I was recommended this this company for like a journaling and notebook and stuff like that by somebody else. But I gotta say, love the journal. Particularly, I really like that the paper is quite thick. It's very thick paper. Which means that I can go like Sharpies, felt tips, you know, like inks, liquids, and not have to worry about it bleeding over. But yeah, I don't know about bookbinding. There's a lot more specialized tools and hardware for bookbinding that I don't have. Same thing for like cobbling, right? Like if I wanted to make shoes and stuff like that. But yeah, completely different skill set, I think. Whew. Okay. But anyway, guys, it is actually just around when I normally end, so you know what? This worked out perfectly. So yeah, we got to do something also really cool in that I drilled out a button snap for the first time, which is very cool. Sorry about the volume there. But yeah, a lot of firsts with this project. And you know what? I always try to make sure I have a first with every project, so you know what? I think we achieved the brief. I think you should try and hit up the Islands Ren Fair to sell these. I think you get major coin to make more. Oh my god, yeah, I don't know about that one. We left the Dented ASMR though. I wouldn't count on that being a frequent thing, but I appreciate that you guys are willing to go along with me for that one. Oh boy. We'll just have her trench coat, her wares around the big mainland ring fair, yeah. Dentist Drill ASMR. Oh my god, yeah. If you did catch the VOD of this, basically, I put in the button snap wrong. So I had to go out and I had to actually drill out the button snap so that I could remove it and replace it with a proper one, a properly installed one. But yeah. So happy you streamed the project. Oh yeah, of course, Alex. Thank you so much for being here too. Whew. But yeah, I think with that though, nothing else to do but to just close us out for the project. This is so nice. Love the return of the leatherworking project. Yeah, me too. I am so excited that we get to do this again, guys. I've been missing doing projects, so now that I have like 80% of the workspace back up, really looking forward to doing more stuff. It was amazing to meet you too, Spud. Yeah, nice to meet y'all. You're so cute. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for streaming the process. I look forward to more leatherworking streams. We will definitely do more in the future, but we'll see what the next project is. I have to figure out what we're gonna do first, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, with that then, I think we'll just close it off for tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming to watch tonight. Really appreciate everybody coming to hang out. Coming to hang out and do this project with me. This is a lot of fun. It was nice to get, back into the workbench. Nice to make sure that everything was in its right spots. And so far, looks like everything is in the right spot. So, we made from a drawing to an actual product. We made my leather journal holster here, which is super awesome. But yeah, for all of you guys here who are in chat, really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. This is super duper fun. I had a great time doing this, and yeah, love you guys. Good night. Thank you for streaming. Yeah, of course. Good night, guys. Yeah. I can't wait to see another leatherworking stream in the future. I loved watching you start this entirely from scratch. Yeah. Oh, you guys are so sweet. But yeah, that being said, as usual, I love you guys all very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I hope you guys have a beautiful tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. Bye. Wait. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.